All right, here we go. I want to welcome everybody to this week's edition of the Clyde Sukeforth chapter of SABR. Our virtual meetings are always held in conjunction with the Gardner-Waterman chapter of SABR in Vermont, Dr. Clayton Truder, chair. Now, I'm Bruce McClure. I'm the chapter chair here in northern New England, up in New Hampshire and Maine, and we try to have our meetings once a week, right here on Mondays or Tuesday nights, here on Zoom. And every so often we get together as a group and we have an evening of just some unstructured baseball talk and trivia, no agenda, no special guests, just a group of baseball fans and our game. Tonight is one of those nights. I've got a great list of trivia questions lined up, and I hope some of you have the same for us. And if anyone is up for a challenge of maybe a little immaculate grid, I'm absolutely sure we can get into that too. So let's get started with a little baseball talk. One of the things that I saw today that I thought was kind of interesting was Major League Baseball has finally admitted the fact that the uniforms stink. They rip. I know it's not a fashion show, but come on, they're falling apart. You can't play an inning or two without having sweat stains come through and such. And the guys are a little upset. So it looks like it has straightened that out. So I thought that was pretty good news, but I'm hoping that I can get some of our friends here that are here this evening. I noticed that a couple don't have cams on. Roger, are you out there this evening? I noticed that you're in the
I'm here listening.
Room. There he is. Raj, how you doing?
I'm listening, taking it.
You guys are 2 games over 500 right now, heading into the end of April. Not bad so far. How you feeling?
Well, they predicted us to be in last place. So, we're hanging in there and we're young. We're going strong, I think. Watch out.
All right. Well, you know what?
Pittsburgh's always a big competition. Right, Karen?
Let's get Karen, ask her to unmute here.
That's all right.
There we go.
Yes. For once, I can say yes. It's a
Good.
competition.
Good.
Pittsburgh's what? 2 games under, if I read that correctly this afternoon. Is that right?
Yes.
How are you feeling right now? What are you thinking about your Pirates?
Well, I'm glad that they're not in the gutter yet.
Yet, Karen says. Karen is the eternal optimist of our meetings. She is
am.
always happy to give the bright side.
Thank you.
My pleasure. It's so nice to have you. Deadpan, thank you. That was brilliant. So we also have this evening on our call our resident expert on all things Houston Astros, Dixie Tarango, is here this evening. Hey, Dixie, how you doing, my brother? I didn't.
Okay, we're good.
That I was going to him.
I don't know what the Astros are doing. They just started fumbling. They look like the Cardinals from last year.
Ooh, Andy Heckroth, if you're watching this, that was not meant as something personal. It's just the way the Cardinals are right now. We're good, man. So what are you thinking about Houston right now, Dixie? I don't pay attention a lot to the Astros because I'm more of an AL East guy. We all know I'm an Orioles fan. What's going on down there?
I don't think anyone there knows what's going on.
I see. Okay.
Altuve seems to be hitting all right, and Alvarez seems to be hitting all right, but the rest of them, they can't get it together. From one game to another, either there's no pitching or there's no hitting, and they just keep losing 2, winning 1. So it's only April. Don't take anything into consideration until Mother's Day, but right now they are not looking very well.
Mother's Day is coming up fast.
Dixie, just Bruce, do you mind if I chime in for a second?
Hop in. Raj, I'll get to you.
Dixie, at least looks like Jose Pena might be looking like he did 2 years ago, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm only concerned with the Rockies because they're going to lose 110 games.
Well, that's not even close to the White Sox.
Well, they'll lose 130 games.
The White Sox need to win more than 40 games. There's a record in Mets lore that just can't be broken.
But I don't see
Fair
how
enough.
they're going to.
What's Houston's pace
They
right
have
now?
no one. They have no one to play.
What is
My
Houston's
thing
pace right now?
is, go ahead, Norm. I'm sorry, I stepped on you twice. Go.
No, I'm just gonna say, what is Houston's pace right now? 50 wins?
The what?
Houston's
Houston's
pace is what,
pace?
about 50 wins?
50, 55.
Hmm.
But at least you expect them to be better. They do have players who can play. The White Sox have no players.
But the White Sox have a good pitcher in Eric Fetty.
Can he start every day?
No, he tried
Can he
to
hit?
last year in Korea.
Didn't Monikio do that?
Right.
My thing to offer Mike is for Mets fans out there, if the White Sox win fewer than 40 games this year, maybe that cloud of whatever it is lifted from Citi Field, and they go on a tear among tears over the next 10, 15, 20 seasons, and maybe even out the baseball world. What do you say, Mike?
At least the 62 Mets had 5 Hall of Famers in there, and on the opening lineup.
He's
Sure
right.
did. Sure did.
He's right.
And one of them, the Hall of Fame coach too. So
No, that includes the coaches.
Okay.
that was a trivia question recently at Two Strike Noise. He was one of the more recent living inductees to the Hall of Fame. And he didn't have to wait the 5 years. But I don't want to see anybody get less wins than the Mets did. I don't know. I kind of like that one.
Speaking of the White Sox,
There's a perennial bummer,
Ah,
But I kind of
Dixie.
like them like that.
speaking of the White Sox, it's Louis Aparicio's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's 90 years old today.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Louis. God bless you.
And it's also
hanging
Rick
around. That's
Rick Burleson's birthday and Bob McClure's birthday.
Hey, my Uncle Bob's birthday today. He's not really my Uncle Bob. But I had that joke when I was a kid, and it worked to get me some street credit, like, I don't know, 3rd grade. So I don't know. But hey,
Who did the White Sox get rid of so that Louis Aparicio could be the starting shortstop?
it's easy for Mark to say. Jeez.
Is
No,
that
not
Carrasco?
really. Yeah, correct.
Who was that?
Carrasco.
Oh, that's right. Yep. First trivia question of the night. Here we go. All right. There we go. That was the second. The first one we haven't answered yet. Who are the 5 Hall of Famers who were on the roster for the 62 Mets? Now, one of them is
They were in uniform for 62 Mets.
in uniform for the 62 Mets. One of them's obvious. He ran the team.
Snyder?
No,
Richie
no,
Ashburn,
Ashburn's correct.
Hodges,
Yes,
Stengel.
yes.
Ooh, Ashburn, Hodges, Stengel.
Huh.
Mike and Dixie both say Duke Snyder. Was he?
No,
No.
He was not there that year.
It was 63. He was with them, right?
62
Yep.
team.
Yeah.
Stengel shouldn't count.
Well, the other 2 don't count either.
No, but he went in as a manager, not as a
Well,
player.
But he was, well,
And the other two went in as players.
I can't think of the other 2.
wow.
Third base coach, Rogers Hornsby,
Oh,
Oh,
gosh, yes, that's right. Hornsby.
and the pitching coach, Ruffing.
I knew it was the pitching coach. I just can't think of the pitching coach. I thought of it. Boy, who did he bring over? The
Gosh,
Stengel bring
Rogers
over.
Hornsby was a million years old at that time.
Actually,
I
that's
wanna-
what you could also they weren't in uniform with Ralph Kiner.
Well,
He's a broadcaster.
Yeah.
I'm just trying. Who was the
I have-
pitching?
Oh, Red Ruffing.
Oh, yeah, he
Oh,
brought
that's
him
right,
over.
Red
Yeah,
Ruffing.
yeah.
I have neglected to go back to Raj. He wanted to make a comment earlier. Raj, you're up.
No problem. First of all, isn't it terrible that we're talking about some team can possibly get 40 wins? That's terrible to even say something like that. Terrible concept on baseball. But Dixie, going back to you, do you consider the Astros a National League team or American or what?
American now.
I know, I'm used to them as National League.
Well, they've been the American a long time now, so it's time to change over.
Huh. Well, let's talk about that for a minute while we're talking about just random baseball topics and doing our thing here. Eventually, we're going to see Major League Baseball expand to 32 teams. And at that point, we all know what's going to happen. If it doesn't, I'm going to be floored. You're going to see the National and American leagues. You're going to see those lines either being blurred or eliminated completely. Now, how's anybody going to feel on the call here tonight? How's anybody going to feel about that if 120 some odd years of American and National League Baseball, well, it already has, but if that goes by the wayside based solely on the standings boards that you see at the Hall of Fame outside there?
It's gone already.
Absolutely.
As long as the Phillies and the Braves aren't in the same division, I will be very, very happy.
As long as the Phillies and the Braves are.
We-
I'm
we-
figuring. Well, what do
we
you
could
think?
send
Do you
them
think
right to
you get to
Antarctica.
32 teams? Do you think it's four team divisions or 8 team divisions?
Oh, I think it's going to be 4-team divisions. That's what I think.
Ugh.
Knowing what way they work, they'll put me 16 divisions.
I mean,
I can only
what
imagine.
what I would do, and I'm the only one who would do it, I would actually go to 4 8-team leagues and just take the top 12 team, 4 8-team divisions, and just take the top 12 teams. That, take the division winners and then the next eight teams, but they won't do it because they don't want anybody to be finishing in eighth place.
If being traditional, I'd rather have the 4 18 divisions and 4 teams in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, they expand the playoffs only because they want the gate money.
Right,
And if you got a team in
TV.
last place, you're going to lose fans,
right,
at least in the short term.
right.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what's going on in Oakland right now.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff going on in Oakland. Why
That's a good
fans aren't
point.
showing up?
That's a
Did
good
Oakland
point.
break
I
off
still
and
don't
go
think
out
they
to
get to
see,
Vegas. What's that, Joe?
Did Oakland break off and go out to sea yet?
No, not quite. It's getting there though. While we're on it, let's go to the Clyde Sukeforth's chapter, and their favorite baseball curmudgeon, Joe Ross. Joe, tell us what's going on in Boston right now, my guy.
Well, I was thinking that you were talking, I forgot who it was already. I think Roger said it, that Houston is, if they win 40 games, doing well. If you adjust the schedule so they play the Red Sox every day, they'll win lots of games.
So what you're saying, Joe, is that you're still down on the Red Sox?
Let me put it to you this way. If they were playing the Orioles, even I would be a Baltimore fan.
Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to jump in there. I've got a very good friend of mine down in Connecticut who, after the game yesterday, immediately pushed the panic button. And if I had 2 good legs and was able to drive, I was probably going to get in the car and talk him off the ledge, because he went from 0 to 1,000,000 after that game pretty quick. And as I said to him yesterday, breathe. It's one game. This happens a few times a season to every team in the league. Kimbrel wound up being hurt, so I don't know how long he's going to be out, but his thought was, "Oh my God, the Yankees are coming in. They're going to blow us away for 4." There's a reason they play the games. Let's see what happens. I
Well,
don't.
now that we know that the Yankees can slide into second base with their hands up to block a double play ball, that's okay.
Oh,
Upset.
Dixie saw that. Who was that? Was Aaron Judge who did that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anything to let the Yankees win a game, anything, that's okay.
Ooh, ooh. That's a hot take right there.
The
But
New
he
York
claimed
frauds
that
are at it again.
he claimed he slides that way all the time.
I don't care if he slides that way all the time. You can't put your hands in the air to block the ball. You can't do that.
And you know what? There's plenty of video evidence to determine his truthfulness and whatnot. It'd be nice to see as if somebody could go back a season or two and say, "Aaron, you sure you're right, buddy?" So let's go to my wife, Molly. You're up.
I was just gonna comment about Tim, our friend in Connecticut, and that he has been a long time Baltimore Orioles fan and has followed the team for years and has had the woes of the losses. And you know, we follow both the Orioles and the Mets, and we have a bit of the same feeling, but Tim's passions run, would you say, deep and hard, dear?
Tim's love of the Baltimore Orioles is greater than the greatest love story ever told. If Peter Coolbaugh, the chapter chair in Baltimore, is watching this, I'm sorry, buddy. I know one guy who loves him more than you do.
You can't trust Craig Kimbrell. You should know that.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you can't. You're
Not
right.
know that.
Well, you know what was really sweet, guys? Tim was down at, he was at the preseason games, right, honey?
Yes.
And Bruce, were you in the hospital at that point? I think so.
What's that?
When you got your Baltimore Orioles hat mailed to you, were you in the hospital?
No, I was just
No.
out.
You were just out. Tim sent him up a Orioles cap, which I think is hanging on the back there, the white at the top.
No, that's the Diners cap. The
Oh, is
Orioles
that the
cap
Diners?
downstairs with you.
Oh, you're right. It is. It's down here with me. Anyways, he sent him an Orioles cap because he didn't have one amongst his collection of hats that you can see hanging behind him as a get well soon gift. Let me tell you, he's gotten lots of wonderful baseball themed get well soon gifts.
I'm also looking forward to the Vegas Aviators hat that Heather grabbed for me. She got me one of the green and gold ones, so I can't wait for that too. That'll be a nice addition to our collection here. So
I do have
haven't
to,
heard.
I do
Hit
have
me.
to interrupt you.
Go.
I don't think I'm a curmudgeon. I'm a realist. And I look at the Red Sox, who sell out every game, raise prices over everybody, and invest their money in other things beside the Red Sox so they can make even more money. And as Molly said, I think a couple of weeks ago, serve lousy food at high prices. And the other thing that I have to throw in, before the off season started, they told us what a wonderful job they're going to do, and they're really going to make a blockbuster trade. I'm still waiting.
Joe, you want to hear the kicker to that?
Sure.
We got 2 sets of 4 tickets for 2 different games this year from my mom's office.
Yeah, so Dixie, I'm probably going to be taking you up on your offer of a parking spot in your driveway at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We got free tickets from the bus, and it's 2 sets of 4, and we can't wait to go. We're excited, but I'm just like, well, it'll be interesting to see what I can eat at the ballpark.
All right.
I see popcorn in my future.
Mark Cantor, are you
What?
walking or bicycling?
Walking.
Okay.
Walking. I mean, we haven't, this is the first time we got out today, and then Lynn said, hey, you got that meeting at 7. So Dixie, are you going to Minneapolis? Are you driving to Minneapolis?
I don't think we're driving. We're still on the fence of whether we're going or not, but we're leaning that way.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna buy in the next couple of days. I want to tell you they changed up trivia. I understand.
Yes. Yes, they've done some work on how the trivia contest is going to work.
Yes. Suffice to say, I was a bit miffed last year.
I've heard the stories. It's a shame that I didn't get out there, but I have my finger on the pulse of all things Saber. So,
but I did not yell and scream or anything. I just walked away. I didn't think it would be bad form for me of all people to rant and rave and all that. I thought.
oh boy. Oh boy. Well, you know what? Okay, so we're talking about trivia. Let's do some trivia right now. Question number 1, and you can jump in on if you want to unmute your mic and just jump in as we go. You can do that. That's just fine. So, Dewey, Karen, Matt, Mike, if you just want to unmute and jump in at any point. Raj, same for you. Although somebody's giving some feedback.
That's you.
Sometimes
Let's try that now.
Sometimes if there's too many mics open, then we get
So can we hit our
feedback.
mutes again? Somebody's feedback in here. Sorry about that. So we'll go with the hand raising technique of our to answer and whatnot moving forward. First question. If you know the answer, hit your go down to the bottom of the page where you see reactions, click that button and then click raise hand. And as I see them go up, I will have you unmute and answer. Here we go. Which one-time Giants player was the first catcher to hit 30 home runs in a season? And I do have hints. Ooh, they are thinking. They are thinking. So here is your first hint. Oh, Mark, you're up.
Ernie Lombardi?
No, it is not Ernie Lombardi.
Oh, all right.
Nope. So, first hint, he was also the first catcher to hit 20 home runs in a season. Dewey.
Del Crandall.
It is not Del Crandall. He and Dewey is the one with the feedback, so I'm going to put him back on mute. Number two. Hit number 2. At the time of his retirement, he held the catcher's career records for games, plate appearances, at-bats, hits, singles, doubles, home runs, runs batted in, and total bases. Woo! Norm.
I know it's wrong, but Barrett.
No, it's not Berra. It's a Giant. It's a New York Giant.
Oh, same guy as the first one.
Say again?
The same as the first question. The same guy.
What's that?
The same as the first question.
Yeah, I'm still on the first question.
Okay.
Which one-time Giants player was the first catcher to hit 30 home runs in a season? All right, so I am going to Joe Ross. Joe.
It sounds like Ty Cobb.
It is not Ty Cobb. It is what one-time Giants player was the first catcher to hit 30 home runs in a season? Ready? Gabby Hartnett. He hit 24 home runs in 1925. He hit 37 home runs in 1930. No other catcher had yet hit even 20 home runs in a season. He ended his career with the New York Giants in 1941. Question number 2. Once again, down the bottom of the page, you'll see the reactions button. Click that, then click raise hand, and I'll go to you as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are some folks that that are giving feedback this evening that I will mute if you're on unmuted too long. It's not a disrespectful move. It's just to keep the line moving a little bit here. Question number 2. Which one-time Cincinnati Red shortstop played on 3 major league teams in Chicago, but never played for the White Sox? Oh, I can't do that. I'll get in trouble.
You only get in trouble if you get paid for it.
That's a good point. Dixie.
Joe Tinker?
Yes! Joe Tinker is it. Tinker played for the Chicago Cubs from 1902 to 1912 and then in 1916. The Chicago Chi-Feds in 1913 and the Chicago Whales in 1914. He was one of the original Federal League jumpers at the back then. There's one set of cards that I would love Stratomatic to make, the Federal League seasons. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I think they don't feel I wonder if they don't feel confident about the stats or something. I don't know.
That is what I'm told. You're right, Mark. Yeah. Although I think, does Retro Sheet have?
Yeah. I mean, they made the Negro Leaguers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody's telling them they're not going to sell many cards. So that's how it's going to go.
That's right.
There you go. Now, question number 3 this evening. Who was the only manager to lead 2 different American League teams to a World Series title? 2 different American League teams to a World Series title. Raj.
McCarthy.
No. No younger manager has led any team to a championship. Woo! Here's your second hint. Mark.
Peckinpah?
No, it's not Peckinpah.
Oh.
Second hint, before he became a manager, he led the majors in being hit by pitch 3 years in a row. Woo! These are good ones this evening. You ready? Here it comes. Bucky Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Harris led the 1924 Senators and the 1947 Yankees to World Series titles.
I was thinking of the Senators. I just picked the wrong guy.
As a rookie at age 27 in 1924, he is by 3 years the youngest World Series winning manager. Boudreaux was 30 in 1948. In 1921 through 23, Harris took 21, 18, and 14 respectively for the team. And back then, that
was no Ron Hunt.
That was no Ron Hunt. You're right. All of these questions, and I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but all of these questions come from Horsehide Trivia and our friend D. Bruce Brown, who provides this service free for anyone who would like to sign up. And it's a lot of fun to go through every day. He does encourage research when it comes to answering these questions. And if you get to be the first one correct, you get your name published the next day and you get a little street cred for a little while. Me, that doesn't happen often. I'm not that smart. I'm just a guy on a camera. What can I say? All right. Couple that I don't want to do. Okay, here we go. Whose Minnesota Twins hitting streak? This might be a tough one. Whose Minnesota Twins hitting streak record did Ken Landreau break in 1980? He was once traded for the reigning league rookie of the year. This one's a tough one, and somebody actually got it when it was published. He would have had a World Series ring, but the team that won it released him mid-season. His first hit in the bigs was a bases clearing triple. It was a 24-game hit streak in 1961 during the month of May. Lenny Green.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, he was a center fielder. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. He was traded for Albie Pearson, AL Rookie of the Year in 1958. Green's last stop in the major leagues was his hometown Detroit Tigers in 1968. He played lightly for a few months and then was released and never got a ring. Ouch. Your hometown team didn't give you a ring. Ooh. This was a little bit more contemporary. Which National Leaguer led the majors in pitching win percentage the same year he no-hit that same season's World Series champions? And I'll give you a hint that is more New Hampshire. Let me put it to you this way. A lot of people hit these things up here in New Hampshire with their car.
Bob Moose.
Right, Bob Moose. There you go. Moose had a record of 14-3 in 1969, and his .824 led the majors, working equally as a starter and a reliever for Karen, your Pittsburgh Pirates. On September 20th, 1969, Bob Moose held the Mets hitless with 3 walks and 6 strikeouts.
What you didn't say is that series, the Mets won the other 2 games, 1-0.
Yep, that's right.
I have a funny story about that game.
Go.
My wife's father went to that game, but he left before the 9th inning. We have the scorecard for that game. Why would he leave? He was a New Yorker. He didn't want to get into traffic.
What? Oh
That's what he
my.
always did.
Holy cow.
They also left the game where Mickey Mantle hit the facade.
Oh my God, really?
Really?
Oh, that's nuts. Well, how are you going to know that happened? I mean,
You know.
All right, here we go. Which pitcher broke Babe Ruth's record for the longest consecutive scoreless inning streak in World Series play? This is an easy one. Mark.
Whitey Ford.
Whitey Ford. That was an easy one. Ruth's
Yes,
record was 29 2/3 innings. And it was exceeded by Ford in 1958. Who batted in the first run in All-Star Game history? This is a usual trivia question that comes up a lot.
Lefty Gomez.
Lefty Gomez. There you go, Dixie. That's right. Which
Dixie,
one-time
you
stand?
should play
Go ahead.
trivia.
What's that?
Dixie should play in the SABR trivia.
Yes, he should.
He should.
Yes, he should. Which one-time San Diego Padre was the last 20th century pitcher to earn a win in both games of a doubleheader? Norm, you're muted. Try again.
I'm sure it's wrong, but Randy Jones.
Nope. It is not Randy Jones.
Kevin Brown.
It is not Kevin Brown. Mark.
Trevor Hoffman?
No, it is not Trevor Hoffman. Raj, you're muted.
Goose Gossage.
It is not Goose Gossage.
Good
So,
guess,
Mike.
Is it Mickey Lolich?
It is not Mickey Lolich. Here's the hint. Many of you had the right 2 teams played for, San Diego and the Yankees.
Dave Davenport?
It is not Dave Davenport. Here's your other hint. He bought Babe Ruth's hat and wore it to the mound. Mark?
Dave Wells.
David Wells, that's right. I was at that game. I saw that game when he wandered out with the hat, and he got fined so much money for that. Breaking news here right now on our call this evening. Gus, the Saber Cat, has made an appearance. He is here. He is getting scratches, and he approves of everything that's going on this evening. I know Dixie is thrilled to see Gus.
Yep.
He is one of Gus's biggest fans. And I do believe Gus has decided to make an appearance only for Dixie.
Good enough.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
Which one-time Yogi Berra teammate racked up more wins in his career than any other left-handed pitcher in any era or in any league. Listen
Say that
close.
once more.
I was going to say, let me listen closely. The answer to this question is obvious if you follow along. Mark Cantor.
Warren Spahn.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Warren.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
It was Warren Spahn. It was Spahny because Spahny was a teammate of Yogi Berra's out with the Mets. Yeah.
About 7 days, Berra was actually played for the Mets.
Right. Yeah, he was a coach all year. He played a few games. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Who was here's a good one. Who was the National League player representative during the 1994-95 players strike? He once broke a rib getting sick on a team flight. Oh, Mark's got it again. Go.
Tom Glavine?
Tommy
Yeah.
Glavine. Yes. I don't want to know the story behind that broken rib.
I
just
either.
don't. That is best left to the myths of Major League Baseball. I don't want to know.
Sure. The myths are always better than the truth.
Right? Right?
Maybe he slipped on the ice.
Joe, I will fire you right here. I swear to goodness gracious.
Was he showing off his slap shot?
Oh, here we go.
He thought he was in acting
Hey,
or
sweetheart.
Bill of
You know,
Ripley or
I
something.
work and I slave.
Hey, sweetheart. They're
Yes,
piling
dear.
on. They're piling on because they love you. You need to take some figure skating lessons, honey. They live in New London. They're right across the green from us. You got to get on the skates and practice.
We couldn't laugh. We'd all go insane. I'll tell you what.
You went to Acton, Boxborough High, right?
Me?
No, Tommy Glavine.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I lived in Acton. That's the only reason why.
Okay. Mike's got his hand up. Mike, go.
So I'm sorry. I know you're trying to do a thing here, but I worked an entire summer with Tom Glavine's art teacher from his middle school. And she said he was actually not only a talented baseball player and hockey player, but could draw very, very well. Just throw that out there.
Wow, that's great.
And Mike is the not only our membership lead, but he is also I think I'm going to appoint him the chief artistic creator of the Clyde Sukeforth chapter. He's doing a watercolor of Clyde Sukeforth for us.
Do you want me to show it?
Yeah. Do you have it? Sure.
Yeah, I'll show it.
So Mike is going to get that for us. He emailed me after last week's meeting and asked if I would be interested in having a watercolor of Clyde done, and we're going to do that. And there it is. There he is. There is our namesake. Say something, Mike.
Say something. Okay.
Yeah. Now put it up. Put it up while you're talking.
Oh, yeah.
Show it.
So it's not quite done.
Oh,
I got to bring in some more colors. It's kind of in sketch phase. But yeah, I'm thinking of making kind of like a badge kind of deal at the end of it. Just so that we can have. I thought it would be neat to have like an alternate crest to go along with the other one that we have. But I don't know how other folks feel about that. But we can use it as we like. Hopefully you guys actually like it, and ladies.
I can't wait
So
to see
do
the
you have
finished product.
Does he have a chaw in his on his right side? It looks like it to me, but hey, what?
Oh yeah,
What do I know?
he had a huge chaw in the photo that I was doing.
All right,
But it
good. I wanted to
it gave
make
him a really nice shape. I liked it.
So Gus approves as well. Raj,
Levin got sick on the airplane ride on eating the airplane food. He puked and hurt his rib. What a way to go.
Thank you.
who was it that was? I recall a might have been Lenny Randall got hurt trying to tie his shoes, hurt his back trying to tie his shoes.
Well,
Frankly,
so,
that's me now every
so
day.
did Stengel.
But
Stengel hurt himself tying his shoes,
Yeah.
getting off to play against the West Point Cadets, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. So
Well, Ed Kokechny, he's the one who went crazy on a plane, right? Is that did I pronounce this? Is he the guy who got hit with the he going crazy on a plane and they hit him
Yes.
with the fire extinguisher and was killed?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Those
the
are the
stories that you get,
the fun stories.
the stories that you get just hanging around with us up here in Northern New England, and if you're not coming out every week for these meetings, you need to start coming out because it's a lot more fun when you're here. Who is the only player in baseball history, the only dude in baseball history to hit an inside the park walk-off grand slam?
Oh. I just read that.
He had a hit in every World Series game he played. Oh man, it's going to be Mark Canner again. Go.
Clemente.
Roberto
Clement.
was.
Dixie came in and sniped it on you.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That's great. It is Clemente.
fine.
In the 1960s, he accumulated more hits than any other major leaguer, and he had a hit in all 14 World Series games he played.
Yeah, that's his string is still going.
Yes.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Go.
How many consecutive World Series games has the Cincinnati Reds franchise won?
Watch, help me. 9?
9?
Correct. 9. The last game of the 75 World Series, 76 and 90. Correct.
Look at me go. Not bad for the MC who doesn't know anything. I just have all the answers here on a piece of paper. What one-time Baltimore Orioles pitcher was the first American leaguer to have a hit in the World Series after having none in the regular season that year? Mark Canner again.
Dave McNally?
No. Norm.
Right.
You're muted, Norm. Unmute yourself and you can answer the question, my dude.
Probably not worth it, but Hoyt Wilhelm.
It is not Hoyt Wilhelm.
Neil Pappas?
It is not Neil Pappas. And he didn't do it with Baltimore.
Oh.
Ooh. Teams he was on faced the team that came to be known as the Big Red Machine twice. He also had the most wins of any Jewish pitcher in baseball history. Mark Cantor.
He just died. Kenny Holtzman.
Kenny Holtzman. There you go. That was it. Too many in memoriam.
That's
on
right.
this list,
Last week was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
right?
It was.
Right?
I mean,
Holtzman, Oysk, Herzog.
Yeah, it was
Ugh.
amazing.
Whose record for the most career strikeouts by a left-handed American League pitcher did CC Sabathia break? This name was uttered a while ago in the meeting this evening. Gus, the Saber Cat, approves of seeing Mike's cat.
Could you please read that again?
Whose record for most career strikeouts by a left-handed American League pitcher did CC Sabathia break? Mark Cantor.
Lolich?
It is Lolich. Yep. Yep. Now here's
Oh,
another
the-
guy we mentioned a little while ago. Which one-time Montreal Expo pitcher is the only All-Star born in the only U.S. state whose motto is Spanish? Which one-time Expo pitcher is the only All-Star born in the only U.S. state whose motto is in Spanish? Raj
McNally.
McNally. He was born in Billings, Montana. Montana's state motto is Oro y Plata, gold and silver. Mark.
Did McNally actually played for the Expos? He might have signed with him because he was part of the deal with Messersmith. But did he? I have to look that up. I'll look that up.
That's a
to see
good
if he-
point. Somebody hit Baseball Reference to find out. Now, these all came from Horsehide Trivia. Don't blame me.
I know. I
Don't
know. I
blame
know.
me.
I'm not. I'm just.
I'm kidding.
Asking. I'm just. No big deal. Just.
I
It
think,
was one of those.
I think you're
Raj.
right.
He played for Montreal once, in
1975.
1975.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Wow. All right.
All right, so
Wow.
this one, everybody's out of this one except Karen. I haven't heard from Karen in a while, so I'm going to Karen. Karen, you ready for this? Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, gal, here we go. Which one-time Pittsburgh Pirate was the first black pitcher to win 20 games in a season in the American League?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to hold on for Karen for a minute. Let's see as if she knows.
Can I give her a hint?
Yes, go ahead.
He did it for the Minnesota Twins in the 60s. Am I correct?
Yes.
He was once traded for Matty Alou?
I think so.
I'm drawing a
Trying to
blank.
help you out, Karen. Trying to help you out.
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Norm, you're up.
I was saying Mudcat Grant.
It is Mudcat Grant. Yes, Mudcat Grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark help.
I was hoping Karen's
Oh,
going to get that one. All right.
It's like I drew a blank.
These are the fun meetings where we don't have an agenda and we can laugh a little bit with each other and have a good time. Y'all can beat up the host. That's okay.
Oh,
All
who
right.
would do that?
Let's ask
What?
Karen who she thinks is the best black pitcher to actually ever play for the Pirates. When I mean best for the Pirates.
Karen, what's your answer to that question?
Blank.
All right, is it the guy who pitched a no-hitter on LSD? Or is it the big guy from the 60s who was really good, a bit wild?
This is sad. I don't know.
Is
So
it
you-
Bob Veal or Doc Ellis? What do you think, Karen?
This is your
I'm gonna
opinion, Karen.
cry. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, don't stop.
I'd rather pick on you.
Ah!
All right. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying the Pirates
That's
haven't
fabulous.
had great
Gus,
pitching
help me out here,
history.
Gus.
All right. Now, next week on Monday, May 6th at 7 p.m., we're going to have another great presentation, this time with author David Ostrowski. Roberto Alomar was not just a 5'2" Hall of Famer. He was a magician on the diamond, a generational talent whose defensive wizardry left teammates and opponents breathless. Yet despite his 12 All-Star selections and 10 Gold Glove awards, he has remained one of the most contentious and enigmatic characters in baseball's history. David's new book, Roberto Alomar, The Complicated Life and Legacy of a Baseball Hall of Famer, is the first complete balanced biography of arguably the greatest second baseman in the history of Major League Baseball. It covers Alomar's impressive career, his altercation with umpire John Hirschbeck, and their eventual friendship, the allegations stemming from Alomar's personal life, never before heard stories about his conflicts with both minor and major league teammates, and his global influence. That is sure to be an interesting presentation, and I hope all of you are going to be here next Monday night, May 6th at 7 p.m. Now, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Please like and subscribe to the channel to be notified of when we post new videos. You can also follow us on social media at SABR MENH. And if you're a baseball fan and you want to join the premier baseball community in the world today, go to sabr.org/join for more information. It's been a good meeting. We've had a lot of fun. Let's get everybody out of here. We'll see everybody next week. Have a good night, everybody.